Hello there, welcome to JonnyBuildz. I am your host, of course, Johnny. Happy May the 4th be with you. Happy May the 4th, however you want to say it. This is Star Wars Day, of course, May 4th. And we are going to do something that is really, really cool. Something that I have been wanting to do for a long time. Something I've been looking forward to for a long time, a white whale of mine, and that is the UCS Ewok Village. We're going to get started really in a quick little bit. Just wanted to show you real quick something that's garnered some interest on the Facebooks. This is my completed mock-up of the Star Wars logo. As you can see, it's up in the air, which is kind of not how the logo itself is built. You can see there's some other stuff. We've got figures here on a little platform. We've got two ships. We've got Vader's TIE Advance. It's a microfighter. Before microfighters existed, this is like a little mini build that you could get many years ago. And X-Wing, same way. And this is actually the Death Star GWP that I think fits perfectly in this whole setup. So we got the main characters, Luke, Darth Vader, Leia in her fitting Endor garb, Han Solo in the back there, 3PO, Yoda, Chewie underneath the sign with a stormtrooper under the sign, and an Ewok. So, and of course R2 is up on the top, being himself. So really, it turned out really good, especially for as fast as I put this thing together. So it's fantastic, really, really, really cool. However, and this has garnered some interest on online on a Facebook group that I'm part of called Lego Show Off, where you just show off your builds, whether it's an actual set or a mock. And this is kind of both. This is the actual Star Wars logo and a mock that I did specifically for the Pittsburgh Pirates Star Wars Day, and turned out fantastic. So that is going to go back here just to be like, hey, this is Star Wars Day. Whoops. And I knocked off the stormtrooper, but that's okay. There's always one more, right? Always more stormtroopers. So anyway, this is the other thing. I'm not opening this yet because I'm not sure if I want to keep it closed or not. Look, this is a bobble head that we got at the Pirates thing. As you can see, it has a spring on it, so it's like a bobble ship, I guess. But it's PNC Park with the Millennium Falcon, so it's a Millennium Falcon bobble ship. Not a bobble head, a bobble ship. So kind of interesting. I'm going to leave it in the box for now. Just because I think it should stay there. But anyway, this is what we're starting tonight. We're starting this. This is probably going to take 3 episodes total to do. Like tonight's a special, and then Tuesday my normal stream time, and then probably one more. It's not a huge number of pieces. It's 1990, 1,990 pieces. The problem is, first of all, the instructions, because these are the actual instructions, the instructions leave a little bit to be desired because their dark brown is really dark brown, so it's hard to see, and the light brown is a little bit easier, but it's not, it's not the best. The other thing too is those dark browns and those light browns are what we call brittle brown, and they break very easily. Hey, Big Nate, how you doing? Getting ready to get started on this. I was just showing off my little Star Wars logo that I mocked up a bit. Get ready to start this, but I'm just explaining, even though I'm going to time myself with this, like this thing is full of brittle brown, and it's all original brittle brown stuff. So I'm going to build as fast as I can in a careful manner, if that makes sense. So these are the actual instructions, and like the pages, like how you see stuff, it's very dark. Like the dark brown is very, and in fact, it shows up better in the camera than it actually does in person. So like it is hard to see. Like I may have to show it up in the camera in order to see it better. Like it actually shows up on the camera better than it shows up to my eyes. That's just the type of brown it is. I have not started a scoreboard because I have not gotten any broken parts. Like, I replaced, I think I got like maybe 4 as I did the sorting between the two. I actually have 2 Ewok villages. They weren't complete. One was more complete than the other. And so I only, you know, I sorted, and I got like 4 brittle browns that broke. And 2 were my stupidity, the way I did it. So, but we're going to get started. And thank you for being here, you two. We are going to get started. I'm going to time it, but like I said, it is not going to be super fast. So let's get the first bag ready, which is actually a very simple bag. But, you know, 3, 2, 1, here we go. This is an exciting time because this is a white whale. This is like my #1 white whale. Like, some people have the, you know, like Cloud City, you know, the Death Star. I do have the Death Star. But Cloud City, things like that. But my white whale is this particular build. I love this build, the way it looks, all those fun things. No, I am actually only going to do 2 hours tonight. And this is funny. So this is an original Scout Trooper. And they want you to build it because there's holes. Oops. There's open holes in this. So they don't want you to see his eyes. They want it to be his head gets turned and it be black. So I'm going to build about 2 hours, however far I get. And then Tuesday I will continue this build. So that is what we are going to do here. All right. His blaster. There's one Scout Trooper. Gotta bend him back just a little bit. Ugh, that was too much, of course. There we go. One Scout Trooper. There's our Ewok, at least his body. 2 Scout Troopers, and actually, so today was Star Wars Day everywhere. But specifically, we were doing... Oh, I gotta tilt my camera back down because I tilted it up to see the logo. We were doing May the 4th at the Pittsburgh Pirates at the PNC Park Stadium. You're scared to rebuild it. I say if you go slow and careful, you know, you should be fine. But we did May the 4th. First time ever doing anything with the Pittsburgh Pirates, but we did it at the stadium, and I thought I had his blaster here too, but I guess I do not. I'll have to get him a blaster. I thought I had one. I know I have extras all over the place, but I do not have one for him here. Oh well, it's okay. He'll just pretend. And then our Ewok friend. Yeah, I had, like I said, 4, so I guess I could say that I have a count of 4, but it turned out okay, because I got replacements. So, back down to 0, I guess. For the build, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Okay, this is... first Ewok, and I have them all. There's our first Ewok. In fact, I have more Ewoks because, well, I have to fill this thing. So, there we go. Let's do the simple build stuff, which is going to be the speeder bike first, and then a catapult. That is bag 1. Just getting those 2 things done. Okay. Oops. Move that up out of the way. Need to tilt this down just a little bit more. There we go. All right. I moved it so that I could see the other stuff I was doing. The logo. But anyway, the Pirates game, it was amazing. The Pirates game was so good. Simply because the weather stayed amazing. Like, we were expecting, like, all, you know, all, these ones are the black ones. Okay. Gotta make sure I get the right ones. We were expecting rain all day, like leading up to this. We were like, the forecast was just like thunderstorms all day, and yet we had a little bit of rain in the morning and right when we were setting up, and then it was beautiful the rest of the day. And we spent all day there. It was so good. It was so much fun talking with people and just showing off Lego. We had a lot of Star Wars Lego to show people. All right. These are the control arms for the speeder bike. And in fact, we had, so I am a member of the 501st also, and they were there, but of course, because we were doing the Lego, I couldn't do both. It was just a little too difficult to do. But they had a group that was pretty much just all Scout Troopers, and it was pretty funny. Just seeing a whole bunch of Scout Troopers like, hey, how you doing? Hey, another Scout. Hey, another Scout. It was just a lot. It's kind of funny. All right. And this is back whenever they actually built or had a mold for the speeder bikes. So it was an absolutely amazing day. First time, like I said, doing anything with the pirates, and so it's kind of another group slash organization in our repertoire, I guess you could say. And went pretty well, so yeah. Okay, there's that. Let's do our vane. Whoops, no, not that. This is the directional vanes of the speeder bike. Oh, those were almost perfect. Pull them down just a little bit. Funny thing is, I can't, like, I'm pushing these in there, but I can't grab the back because the back is going to wiggle. So, kind of funny. So how's everyone doing tonight? My typical question that I ask is, what did you have for dinner? Some of you may not have had dinner yet, so actually all of you should have had dinner, right? Something like that. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you, Dusty. I'm doing good. Wait, I gotta get this right. Where's this clip on? Oh, it clips right on there. Okay, one directional vane. There's the other. Okay, there we go. We were just working on bag 1 of the Ewok Village. Alright, so this is the fun part. In order to keep this afloat, you put it on a clear stand. But it doesn't stay afloat unless, like, you have to have the Scout Trooper on here, or he leans forward too much. There we go. So he has to be on there, otherwise he'll fall down. Oh, ham and cheese on toast. That sounds brilliant. Alright. Alright, so now, catapult time. Now this is the, and again, like I said at the start, it's actually easier to see the brown on the camera. It shows up better than I see it here. It's very dark on the page. Luckily though, certain pieces like these, like these 1x2 slopes, always are the same color. That does help. So as you're building, you know, it kind of gives you a hand in building. But the two browns mix together very, very well on the instructions. And so it can be difficult. And I'm also, like I said, I'm building quickly with carefulness, because there is a lot of brittle brown in this set. And it's original brittle brown, so I don't know what I'm going to get into as far as that goes. It's going to be interesting. Alright, so this is the way they did catapults back in the day. They actually used rubber, so it can go boing, boing, boing. Alright, so that, we got 2 Technic spacers. Pretty much. Who was it? Secret Squirrel Bricks was just saying that he was scared. He has this set and he was scared to rebuild it just because of all the brittle brown. And so I have 2 of these. Neither of them were complete, but I kind of combined them together to make one complete one. And I accidentally broke. Oh man, I gotta be careful here. This needs to slide over. That needs to come over. There we go. I ended up breaking about 4 pieces total, just because the brittle is real. So, I'm thinking though this is a one-time build because like I do want to keep this one together for sure. And in fact, I'll probably add to it a couple of additional trees for the Ewoks because this is going to be part of my larger Battle of Endor build well, this is essentially the start of working on it. So, all right. So let's build our catapult. Does that go on the back of the speeder bike? I think so. Yep, I forgot that. Little backpack here goes on the back of the speeder bike. Maybe that helps balance it too. There we go. So, yeah, I'm pumped. I really am pumped to start that because I've been working on Hoth for about 3 years now. Not non-stop, but it's been a pretty, that's been like my big project, and it's come along and become something really cool. And that's going to continue, but this is kind of another passion project that I want to do and make it really awesome. Okay, so this does go in there. Oh, that's cool. Hey, Mayo, may the 4th be with you as well. Welcome to my stream. We are working on the Ewok Village, the UCS Ewok Village. No breaking of brown. I'm going to do this quickly but carefully. Quickly but carefully. But yeah, this is part of a project I'm going to be working on this year, starting to do the Battle of Endor, very similar in scale to the Battle of Hoth that we have, where it's going to be, you know, all the different things, bunches of big trees and stuff, but also it's going to have movement elements to it. I'm going to use the... oh, look at that. That is really good. It springs. Not a lot. Woo! Not a lot. But yeah. It's pseudo springs. It's really cool. So, and it probably, the spring that's here probably needs a new one. It's probably old. I mean, this is the original spring, so it doesn't spring a lot. I probably need another one. But hey, you know, it works. And the instructions, like I said, are kind of difficult to see just because that's the way it was printed back in the day. So, it is, yeah, this is, I know what you mean because before I was like, this is my white whale I'm never going to get because of how expensive it is. And then I got lucky on Marketplace. Got very lucky on Marketplace. Twice. So, I guess I should say fortunate, but still, you know what I mean. Alright, back to the front. This arm goes this way. Not sure why they do these arms in here, but they're there. And again, very, very hard to see these where they go. And I've looked at these instructions multiple times and built this thing multiple times, so to speak. But that one didn't clip on all that great. So we'll see how they go. Ah, losing a rock. Okay. Yeah, luck is superstitious. I agree. I was fortunate. I happened to look at the right place. The first one I got was insane because, like, the person was like, after I'd messaged her and was like, I am coming to get those. Like, she was like 4 or 5 people, you know, said, hey, I want this, and I was already on my way. And she said, because it was her kids' stuff she was getting rid of. And then she was like, and I started looking at the price of some of these, the cost of some of them, and I'm like, she's like, but, you know, I already said I would give this to you, and I was like, okay, so it's all good. Hey, Brett's Builds. Good to see you. We're finishing up the catapult from the Ewok Village for finishing up bag number 1. Let's put our other rocks in here. And there we go. Bag number 1 is complete. It's going to be the easiest bag we have. And it goes... I know they have the rubber thing here, but it's just as easy to go... Pew! So it does work. It's pretty cool. Like, you don't have to push it down or anything. You just hit down here and pew. That is pretty cool. That is old school rock throwing. So, all right, on to the real meat and potatoes. Bag number 2. So, like I said, I am building this and timing myself so that I, you know, so I can, as best as I can tell, you know, see how fast I build. But at the same time, being that this is all original brittle brown, I am not going to push it, so to speak. So let's put Wicket together. There's a spear. We need his body. There it is. So yeah. How's everyone else's May the 4th? Have you done anything build-wise for it? We were at the Pittsburgh Pirates and had a great time showing Star Wars Lego. This thing in the back here is my mock of the Star Wars logo that they came out with, and I built up some things around it and stuff, and it turned out pretty cool. People seem to like it, so that's awesome. All right, here's where the fun begins. I'm so excited for this. This is a white whale of mine. I have some other pieces from the second one of these that I got. So I'll probably be building 1 or 2 more trees for just the village part itself, not the forest. But we'll find out. So this is the standalone tree that is kind of by itself. That's what they have this one for. And this one actually is the one where you actually have the Ewoks slide out of it. And they make noise. They don't say Utini because that is what the Jawas say. So there we go. That's the base of our tree. Here's one of those brittle browns. You just gotta be careful putting it on. So like I said, I'm gonna be putting it on. Hey Logan, how you doing? It's Ewok time. So again, brittle brown, lots of it original, and I've broken a few when I was taking things apart. So I'm going to be careful as I put them on, but still build quickly like I tend to do. What do we got here? Okay. And it is kind of hard to see. Like I said, the instructions, these are original instructions. They are kind of difficult to see. They're actually easier if I show them on the camera. Yes, may the 4th be with you, and all that. That should be the way it goes. May the 4th be with you, and etc. You know, all that stuff. That's a good way to do it. Okay, this is the exit ramp for this tree, and it quite literally is an exit ramp. Some of these, they're old too, so their clutch power is not the best. About an Ewok, yes, I love it. That is fantastic. That is a good way to describe it. Hope everyone's having a good night, good day, you know, whatever it is where you are at. Some of you, it's morning. Some of you, it's evening like it is for me. And we need this one here. And, oh, we need this one. Where is it? There it is. This goes here. All right. So there we go. Our tree is starting to take shape. I'm going to actually lift the camera a bit and go down, because these are going to get big really quickly. So definitely want you to be able to see. It's interesting where that goes. I just realized, you'll see in a second why I said that. This goes in the middle. And where is it? This one goes here. And then we put on the famous and very expensive, if you don't have them, mushroom caps. These are actually tan, but they have the mushroom pattern on them. Luckily, I had, from the 2 sets that I got, I had enough to get 1. So there we go. Oh, this goes back one. I was like, why is that over there? But now I understand it was reversed. Reverse. Yes, these are actually pretty expensive. At least the last time I had looked. When I was originally parting this thing out, or looking for parts that I was missing before I got my second one, they were decently expensive. All right. My build screen is dark. It's actually way lighter than it used to be. This is actually pretty light. The build screen is darker than here, than my regular camera, or my face cam, because everything is white back here. Because this is more of a tan, everything is kind of dark. That's just the way the white light works. Just how it is. I could change the white, but then it gets too bright and it looks really off. So... So that is why. Trust me, I spent like an entire half of a stream with some people trying to figure out the best lighting that I could do and that sort of thing, and it took some doing. So, but it's not really that dark. It's actually pretty decently bright. Put on some leaves. A whole bunch of corner pieces. I love these corner pieces. When they first came out with these, when I was a kid, I was like, oh, these are great pieces. Just fantastic. Fantastic pieces. We're going to use a whole bunch of them right here. This is our first tree. And we're going to put our first branch to stick out. Right here. So far, no brittle brown breaks. Not really. It's pretty light. I mean, I can change it a bit, but it's pretty decently light. Let me look. I'll check the properties. The white stuff is pretty, the white, well, you know what? My exposure was set to way too low. Hold on. Let's try this. Maybe this will be helpful. Is that better? A little better? See, the exposure messes up my... Yeah, but see, the exposure messes up. It looks all... Let me see if I can find a happy medium. That's the hard part. See, if it's trying to adjust everything, then it gets really kind of goofy. Gotta get the properties over here. So let me do auto exposure again. And then let me change the white balance. Ugh, that looked awful. Let me change the brightness. You know what? I don't know why the brightness was so low. Oh, you know what? Probably because I had unplugged things not too long ago. There you go. So the brightness automatically adjusted and went to 0. So auto settings I typically do avoid, but like they reset and go back to default sometimes. So there we go. Hopefully that's better. Brightness is back to adjusted the way it should be. Yeah, auto settings do stink. And, you know, I forget about that sometimes whenever I've disconnected. Like, I took the laptop elsewhere, and so I disconnected, and then I forget that whenever I reconnect, sometimes it changes those settings. It doesn't always. That's the funny thing. It doesn't always change the settings. So, yeah, but at least, yeah. Yeah, I'll play with it again. If I have, you know what, I saved the settings somewhere, but I did not look to fix or to switch them back to that, because I was like, oh, I already did that. So, yeah. Let's get that here. Another corner piece goes here. Another 3x1 goes here. Where's that other 3x1? Here it is. Yeah, I'll look and see for next time. So. So how was your day, Logan? What did you do to celebrate May the 4th? And how's everyone else doing tonight? What are you building? I showed this logo. I put it on Facebook in the Lego Show Off group, and people have just been going mad about it. They're just like liking it, and I was like, ah, well, that's cool. So, yay. Oh, free that would do it, you know? Free comic book day would absolutely do it. Alright, this is where it's hard to see exactly what we got here. So we got 2 of those, alright? Like I said a couple streams ago, I've built this multiple times because I've gone through the instructions to make sure that I had all the pieces, but I've never actually put it together. So it's very possible I'm missing a piece. Hopefully not, but it is possible I'm missing a piece somewhere. But I should not be. So. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely you do. Gotta support the locals. See that? We got another branch that goes here. And you can tell these are older pieces because of the squeakiness of them. Like when you put them down on there, they kind of squeak when they rub against each other. It is kind of interesting. Gosh, so many of these corner pieces that we end up using. All right, so far so good in bag number 2. No broken brittles. So yeah. No. This can't remember exactly. I was even looking that up. Like I have the pieces and stuff, the piece count, but I forgot to put when it was released. So yeah. 2 of those and 2 of those, alright? So they're squeaky. Some of the pieces are... Oh, that could have been a brittle brown break right there because it wasn't quite going on. But it did not. I eased off of it when it wouldn't go. So... let's go here. These are our first... tree pieces. Or leaf pieces that go on there. And then, of course, old school, they get put on with, or kept on with a 1x4. And that is all through this build, they have 1x4s. So it's kind of interesting. Two of those. And two of these. And we got a whole mess of brown. That goes, wait a minute. Oh, there's a space in that. I didn't realize that. Interesting. There's a space there. And then it goes opposite, and then it puts the space on the opposite side with this piece. And the instructions are not very good. Yes, absolutely have to build on high alert. Like I said, I'm timing myself, as you can see, so I'm building quickly but with carefulness is what I'm calling it. So let's go there. I feel like a nut. Nope, those are holes. So there are holes. So there's a hole here in this part, and on the other side there's one that's opposite here. And I'm like, they don't fill those in. They just leave them open for this part of the build. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if something comes. Like, I know what's coming for the top of this. This is where they have the trap door, so to speak, and the Ewok falls down and bloop, comes out. So. But I don't know what the gap is for. If I'm going to fill it in later, it doesn't look like it. Right, so we're going to do two of these. One goes here. Another one. Again, this is old school building as far as like UCS, UCS set goes. It's very different than the sets that you get now, where everything is all numbered nice and all that fun stuff. So yeah, no, we're just covering over it, and so those gaps are still going to be there. So kind of interesting. I guess this tree has holes in it. No, very true. This is all brick build. Oh, look, now we're going to cover over. This is interesting. So these holes, they're just like, meh, you're not going to put it there. You're going to have it just sitting here loosely. Like, I mean, I know they'll fix it, but it just looks funny. But now they put the brick in there. These fit very loose. It's probably because of the way they're designed. But they don't have very good clutch power. Four of those. So we got one. Put one here. One goes there. This one that goes here. Interesting. So yeah, it probably is the age. So very possible. A whole bunch of slants, I'm telling you. Or these inverted slopes, I guess is the proper term. Alright. And then where did this go? Okay. Yes, this is all my stream music. This is all mine. Why? Do you like it? If you don't like it, that's okay. But yes, this is all my stream music. All varying types. Most of it is from like video games. my brothers and I did in the past. Very simple games. Nothing like spectacular or anything that you may have heard of. It was just very, something we did and enjoyed in our past. So, but yeah, there's some conceptual stuff that like I never released, so I just threw it into my stream. So, but yeah, all the music is done by me. That way I don't have to pay anybody. I don't have to do like whatever's. It's so annoying that people have to do. I'm gonna have to do this a little bit higher even, and because again the tree is already starting to get kind of tall. But I didn't want to have to do any whatever DMCs, and I still get like bots and stuff run around and like, hey, this is so and so's work, and it's like, no, they have a piece from mine because I use a lot of loops back in the day to make them, and slide that in there. The loops that I use, like anyone could get. So it's like funny that they're like, oh, well, this piece, resembles, this other piece. Well, yeah, it would if it's using the same loop. Sorry, but it's mine. So go away. So I have to constantly be like, hey, this is an original work, blah blah blah. Anything right there? Nope. Just making sure. Yeah, the music, like I said, the music is a good variety, I think. I will be working on more music pieces in the near future. Okay, we are getting done with bag number 3. Okay. Nice and easy. We have our trap door now complete. I would say it's not a lot. I mean, it takes to do the. I mean, you have to figure out what what you want. Obviously, I mean, making music isn't easy. Like you can hum a tune, you can figure things out pretty quick, but actually putting it down can be a bit tricky. It's random how the playlist goes. It just randomizes through it, so it may be the same one whenever you come on. I have I don't know how many I have. Let me see. Oh, I have to look at the default. I would have to look at the playlist, but I have at least 20. There's at least 20. So it is what it is. All right, here we go. We are done with this bag. Bag 3. Or no, bag 2. This is only bag 2. So let's take Wicket. This is the other thing. Even though it's a UCS set, it's got a lot of play features. So let's take Wicket. Whee! Ah! Tumble, tumble, tumble. So the trapdoor. Whee! It's actually more than 20, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to look. But again, it utilizes VLC to randomize what's played. So, I mean, it could repeat things on its own, and I wouldn't, I'm not paying attention. I just have it as background noise. So these are extra pieces just in case I need them. And so far I have not needed them. It's like Yoda says, your weapons, you will not need them. So there we go. All right, bag number 2 is done. Let us continue on. What are we at? Almost 40 minutes of building. Not bad. Now, this isn't a huge UCS set. It's only 1,990 pieces. So almost, not quite. It was 10 pieces away from being 2,000. So, yeah. Alright, so we're going to do that 2 times, and the rest is just a whole bunch of the same thing. So, find those 2 pieces. So this is kind of cool. So this is the kind of the buffer, or the push, I guess you could say, that the Ewok stands against, so that, like, they can, you know, it's able to open up properly. But if you do it quick enough, they would fall anyway, so. Oh, absolutely. It was absolutely huge for the time. Absolutely. And especially given, like, what you had previously. Like, you never had, like, this is the first UCS that was actually a play set. Like, the other ones were ships, you know? And like the Rebel Blockade Runner, not something that you could put minifigs in or anything. It was just a ship, you know? So yeah, it was definitely different and the first of its kind. Which is why I really hope that they do one of these again. This one in particular, sure, I would be very happy about, but some other one. Like, because they've done some other sets that are more play set things. Like, they did Home 1, the Battle of Hoth. They did, like, a small thing for that, which was kind of neat. And I wish I had picked that up, but I did not. All the plates are pushed down. Had to do that with the B-Wing. Push down the plates a lot in order for them to stay. So. Logan, we had a fantastic time at the baseball game. It was so much fun. It worked out so good. Oh, yeah, no, you're right. I'm saying those weren't UCS sets, but they came out with some actual play sets that were, like, actual, like, locations, you know, back in the day. They weren't UCS. This was the only one that was a UCS. I don't think they've done any, I mean, like, they did some of the other Death Star play sets, and I guess you could call those, they call them Master Series or something, but as long as they invite us, I mean, like, the person that was our contact was tickled to death. She said that, like, she was constantly hearing from people how good it was. So yeah, definitely, you know. All right, we're getting ready for some torches over here. These I've seen multiple times, so just gotta find the pieces for the other one. There it is. Yeah. Speaking of master builders, or Lego Masters, it's already been seen in the wild. It's not been officially announced, but I'm going to say it anyway. 2 of our LUG members are on this upcoming season's Lego Masters. 2 of the Steel City LUG 2 of the Steel City LUG are on this upcoming season Lego Masters. So the video is out. Like I said, I posted it on my Facebook, but yeah, and you only see a brief glimpse of them, but it is Krista. It is Krista and Marcella are on there. You see them for a brief second, and, like, I saw it and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, no way. And there's another guy I actually recognized there from Brick Erie. He was actually at Brick Erie that did a giant cactus. You can actually look up Giant Cactus and find him and his partner that were on Lego Masters as well this same season. So it's pretty awesome. Oh, yeah. Those 2, you know, doesn't matter how good they do, you know, as far as I'm concerned, they're awesome. They got picked to do that. They're an amazing group together, it's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait to watch. And yeah, same with me. Like, I watched the first season, and I was kind of disappointed. Maybe not the first season. Whichever, maybe it was the second season, when the two guys, the lumberjack guys, I guess, when they didn't win, and the people that did win, I was kind of like, their builds always were kind of lackluster, but the judges seemed to like them for some reason. And I was like, after that, I'm like, like they're judging based on not like, you know, this is an amazing build, and like, really, it's just kind of like, you know, that's their criteria, sure, whatever. But like, yeah, I was kind of done after that. But I'm definitely gonna watch this season. Definitely. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Well, it's supposed to be a competition that is a TV show, not just, you know, a TV show. And that was one issue with the that I had with the first season, because like they really made it. Oops, I gotta flip it around. They really made it to be like, tried to make it like a drama thing, and it's not what you do with Lego. I mean, I don't care what you're trying to do, but like, it's Lego. You know, everyone builds because they love to build, and the people they're building with, they love, and they really tried to pit people against each other. Wait a minute. Okay, so we do need another one. It goes there. Slightly very, yeah. I think because they get in the stories of everybody's life and stuff, and it's like, I understand that heartstrings, you know, make for good TV and things like that, but that's not the reason you should be rooting for people. You know what I mean? Just my opinion. All right, I'm actually tickled to death. Not to death, because that would be bad. But I am pretty tickled for that, because they're on it, and it'll be awesome to root for them, see how good they do, and also that this is coming together so well. I love how it looks. Just seeing the instructions in the past and stuff is just like really cool. So I am loving it. Better than McDonald's, though. Oh, I see. Right. Which I kind of understand, but they shouldn't do that. They should do it off of ability. That's the whole point. Lego Masters are supposed to be really good. Lego doesn't get you for, you know, having a good story, if you know what I mean. Ooh, this is going to be tricky. I'm not sure which way it needs to go to fit, and I don't want to break it. Ah, there we go. Got it. Woo! Brutal Brown. And they should not do that. I mean, like, it should be based on ability. Pure and simple. A story is all good. But, like, if you were to get tagged by Lego to be like, hey, we want you to be a master builder, they don't care about your story. They care about the stories you can produce with Lego. Ah, see, now that's cool. Yeah, I haven't watched the UK version, so that might be something I do sometime. Here we go. We got our fire. All right, here's the first one of these going in. First bendy. Okay, here we go. Now we do 4 arms. This is where it gets interesting, because you put these arms on here, and they hold up the other bendies. This is weird. Right. See, and that's... I totally get that. That's what Lego Masters should do. It should be like, hey, you know, get you interested in doing Lego. But I don't think they do it enough. Again, just me. Okay. Got these arms. Yes, exactly. Yeah. All right. So now we got to do 5 arm things. Let's move this away and work on this. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Let's put this. This is such a long part of the build that you have to do this multiple times with all the different things you have to do. But they look so cool. They really do. Okay. You move it over a bit. Really close to there. There we go. Trying to get it as even as possible. Because these don't like to bend once they're unbent. There we go. Okay. There. Whoops. That one's just gonna come off. Here we go. We'll leave it for now. There you go. I'll have to help bend these later, but there we go. About as good as it's gonna get for right now. All right, now we got to do our fence. Fence. What am I talking about? I have to do our ladder, our rope ladder. I'm gonna make sure these are turned the right way, otherwise it's gonna look really goofy. There we go. If you look on Logan, if you look on the forum, there is a post called Lego Masters where someone was like, "Hey, so spotted some lug people," and there's a link there to the preview. Oh, I think I heard some rain. They said thunderstorms were on the way. We were supposed to have thunderstorms all day today. I'm so glad it didn't. That made today's Star Wars pirate game so awesome. Now this is how you do a rope ladder, or which we'll see later, to connect this tree to the rest of the trees, a rope bridge. This is how you do it. All right. Here's the cool part. So you see how this side has the two Technic pieces. This side also has the two Technic pieces. This is the side that they build it this way that like the bridge can go across. And this is where you build to the rest of the build. However, because they have it on this side, you can make your own, extend it out, do other things, and that will happen eventually. So, who won the game? Not Not the Pirates, so the Padres. Unfortunately. But it was a good day. It was a fantastic day. Like I said, we had a lot of fun. Okay, that snapped in there good. I was worried it wasn't going to. It was being a little temperamental. All right. Honestly, we spent the entire time just, you know, and the funny thing was, like, so where we were at was on the river walk, but we were towards the field, like, so we were under an overhang in case it did start raining. So we just turned around and like, hey, you know, we can see the game. But we were so busy with people, like, the entire time. We were there up until the 8th inning, just, like, you know, hanging out with people and stuff. And, you know, it just got to be the point where it's like, oh, we gotta close up shop. We gotta pack up everything. So, yeah, it was busy the entire time. Worked out really good. Great time. So we got to see a couple plays, and like we saw, like, with the pierogi race, because they ran right under us. Again, all we had to do was turn around and we could see that stuff. But yeah, we were busy the entire time. No, we just listened to it, but we were, like I said, we were busy packing up. So this one goes here. So this is where I got to be careful because it's hard to see. More tree branches. That's okay. I mean, like, we were enjoying ourselves completely with, you know, talking with everybody and stuff. So, totally worth it. Absolutely worth it. And again, the Pirates are really happy with what we did and everything. So, I mean, we will do it again. So, I mean, if they'll have us back, obviously, but still. All right, so this, I think, goes there. Or do I need to move it up one? There's 2 holes. I think that goes there. I don't think it can go the other way. And that would make sense for this one. It would have to go on the same hole. So, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. That front thing, leaf and stuff looks pretty cool. Really cool. We're not done with the leaves. Like that, I will say this, compared to previous like tree builds and stuff, like, they did this extremely well. Like they really made it so, like, the trees had lots of leaves. Yeah, the rope ladder is cool. The railing is cool. I gotta bend this a little bit more, force it. But for right now, it'll do. This fine goes in here. UCS Kashyyyk. That would be interesting. Where's that go? Goes in that hole, I think. There we go. Yep, goes in that hole. We get a couple other of these. These go right on top, just to be extra top leaves, which is cool. This one goes here. Yeah, but then you'd have to have a lot of Wookiees. Okay, this one's an interesting. They do this throughout the build. They have an extra branch here, and then you poke this through. And it goes weirdly at an angle on this one. There we go. And that's how it goes. So this top, give me lumpy. There we go. All right, this is it. Bag 3 is done. Our first Ewok tree house is complete. Looks pretty cool. With our trapdoor and everything. So there we go. First tree done. Alright, now we get to start. Now these are the cool figures. And we get to start the tree that is the first. So there's 3 trees that are the base of the Ewok Village itself. Like the main part of it. So that's where we're going to start now. Hey, thanks, Secret Squirrel. This, whoops. #1 fig right there. $70 fig right there. Original. This was from my very first. This was my very first one. So I didn't take him apart because I didn't like. He was actually tough to play with, and I was like, I don't want to bust him. He's a very valuable figure. So there he is. And now we got to build Luke. This is Jedi Luke. I've said this multiple times, but I like Return of the Jedi the best of the movies. It's not the best movie. I think Empire is the best movie. Let's give him a happy. He's got the little sideways grin. Empire is the best Star Wars movie and one of the best of all time. But I like Return of the Jedi the best. So, I should. That was rolling funny. I should have a green lightsaber in here somewhere. Pretty sure I put it in here. Ah, there it is. He is a very special. He's the only one. This is the only set he's in. So here's Luke. He even has the little thing that opens up, just like in Return of the Jedi. But yeah, very special Ewok. Tebow. He's kind of like, I guess you could say he's like the, not really the witch doctor, but you know, you look how he looks, and he kind of gives you that reminiscent. Shaman, yeah, same idea. Witch doctor, shaman. You know, I know they are different, but at the same time, they are kind of the same. All right, oops. Got all these little 1x1 greens. All right, so we've done through bag 3 unscathed. So these are the ones, I actually broke 2 of these. These things are the ones that have been delicate. These edges here are the ones that are brittle and seem to break or have broken on me. So again, gotta be careful. Pray to the Unga Tunga Huanga Hadu Tadu Trito Dogra Iso Yutu Manum. What are you telling them? Hello, I think. I think it's hello. Alright, let's tilt this down a little bit. We are working on bag number 4, the very first base tree for the main part of the village. This one also, I think 2 of the 3 trees have like an opening or a special thing that they do. Like one of them has a door. I think this one does not have the door. But one of them has like a spider web that swings through. Like they each have like their own little thing, which is kind of neat. Luke is trying to cut off Tebow's head. I accidentally turned him a little bit. So. Oh, the rain is coming. So I will apologize in advance if something happens to the stream. I mean, there's supposed to be pretty big thunderstorms rolling through right now, or starting. So if something does happen to the stream, again, I apologize. It will keep recording, so I'll just, you know, finish and then re-upload if something happens. So. But just letting you know. Yes, this set has the, well, if you mean by log trap, if you mean like the swinging logs that come together, yes, it has that. That's actually built in bag 7, I believe, when you build the, or no, bag 8, whenever you build like the main platform and stuff. Yeah, it has that, and it actually works. It has like a little mechanism you push in, and it raises the logs, and then you pull it out, and they boom. So that's kind of, sort of, how I'm going to do it for the actual battle once I get, you know, started doing that. But of course, it's going to be motorized. That's going to be the tricky part. So, wait. Oh, I'm missing one. I was like that won't work. But now I see why. That goes there. This does have a door of some kind. I'm just missing it. It's a different kind of door. Different kind of door. Right. Yeah, they did a lot of oh, I guess it door. I was not looking for it. So that is my excuse. All right. And you can tell these are older hinges because they're so loose. Look at that. That is a very loose hinge. You don't want your hinges to be loose. Very bad. Very bad. Why did the Ewoks... No. The question is, why did Home Alone make Ewok traps? Remember, Ewoks was first. No, whenever you first got these... Like, the hinges were actually stiff. At least what I remember as a kid. They were actually pretty stiff. So. And I need 2 headlights. Don't forget to change your headlight fluid. Oh, no! Tebow fell over. Oh yeah, so if you watch the Ewok movie or Caravan of Courage, you know, any of those things, which are cool in their own right, kind of neat, you find out that they were always against a couple factions that live on Endor, the Dulocs and the Gore somethings, like they're like big giants or whatever. So they had these things already for those. So they already had these defenses in place. I mean, they may have refined them a little bit, but for the Empire, but no, they already had them in place. So the logs would have taken out, like the logs rolling down the hill would have taken out Dulocs. The smashing logs would have been for the giants, so they already had those around. But of course you don't. Yeah. But you see, obviously, whenever you watch them, you're like you don't know that. You know, you don't know the backstory of the Ewoks, but that's why they came out with the other movies. So. This is a cool thing. It's like, hey, here, you want some bracing? Just put that in there. Oh. Alright, so now I get to build a little interior apparatus. This is where you hide your spears and stuff. I hear the hear the wind picking up a little bit outside. So, oops. Again, like I say, if something happens to the stream, it will be finished. Unless I lose complete power, and then, you know, hey. Then, well, I was gonna stop anyway. Okay, that blocks out the white, so you never see it. Close. Open. There we go. Get this out of the way a little bit. So this is the first tree that we actually do snot bricking for, which is kind of neat. How they design it, so you don't have to. So this one was brick built, like everything was brick built all the way up. This one is you have some middle stuff, and then you snot brick everything on the side, which is kind of how I'm going to be doing my big trees for the Battle of Endor. Not quite to this extent; they're going to be actually bigger than this. And they're not going to have, like, trapdoors. I mean, I might make one with trapdoors, but some of them have to have, like, motors in them and stuff, so, yeah. So let's shut the door as we finish this up. See, the nice thing is these parts here, I don't really have to worry so much about them, like, breaking or anything. It's some of the other pieces that are the bad. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It absolutely is. But, for whatever reason, they wanted to brick build the first one completely. So now we do the top of the tree, or the top of the doorway. That's another reason why there's not as many pieces in this, because they snot brick it all. And so, like, there's a lot less pieces making long things as opposed to building it up. Which is fine. Again, it's a good way to do it. And it still looks really cool. They do a good job with it. So there we go. So that's our first snot brick part. And there's the little, you know, grab a spear. Alright, so now we do this twice. So we're going to do both of these. Let's move this out of the way. Get all our pieces out from behind here. Let's build. And this is cool too. So in order to make it, and I broke one of these. I actually had to replace one of these. I broke one of them whenever I was trying to take it apart. In order to know the bottom from the top, you have orange and green. So orange is on the bottom, green is on the top. Kind of funny how they did that. So a corner piece goes here. And a 2x4. Lego color code. Yeah, and that's, you know, again, that's something that they had to do back then. Keep it, keep the flow going. We need two. Okay, this is where it gets a little bit. Oh, no. I want to do the inside ones first, because that can get tricky. All right, so that this one goes over here, and then two smaller ones on either side. So there we go. So that is a tree side, and you can see it's got some dark, it's got some light, and, you know, a little bit of variety to it. Orange bottom, green top, did you say? Yes, it is. It is carrot coated. So there's green, there's orange. You are correct. It is carrot coated. Good eye. Good eye, mate. Good eye, mate. They do, but not nearly as much, I don't think. Oh, nope. Oops. And one more. So these, like I said, so we're going to put these on the side, and they look fantastic. Oops. There we go. Look at that. Ah! So the tree, pretty good. It looks out, it turns out really good. And now we gotta do one more. Similar, but a little bit different. Actually, it looks exactly the same, actually. Oh, no, I'm on this. I didn't flip the page. Duh. All right, so we've done that. So now to combine everything. Oops. Yeah. So to combine everything, we take these. Make sure everything's flat. And you seal it up with those. Right like that. So now they've all become part of the tree. Red and green inside for port. Yeah. No, that's not really what they're doing. Because they go on both sides, so. Well, top and bottom, I guess, but yeah. So there you go. So now these pieces are secure with these to the rest of the tree. So pretty cool. So now let's turn it around, and this is an important part. This is some more coordination of color, and you'll see why in a second. Not this part, but what's coming up. But these are the connectors to the main base of the tree house. Now this one's weird. It's too green, and that's probably because it's the back side. Green means back, I guess. But it's slightly different. It's built slightly different. And this is where I had trouble taking things apart because I had to get very carefully. I had to get these off without running into the side here, and that's how I actually broke one of them. Because once you get those on, you can't take off the middle stuff first. There we go. Now that's a cool looking tree. All right. Wait a minute. Okay, so I put that there. So we're looking at the back of the tree. Hey, Kevin, thanks. So this is the important part. So, color coordination. This is blue, obviously. So the blue corresponds with where in the tree house thing it will go. So there's also a tree base we'll make that's red and one that's yellow. And so they have corresponding colors of where they connect up into the main thing as a whole. So that's pretty cool. The other important thing is with these, you can rotate, and you'll find out as we go, you can rotate the top parts of the tree. So there we go. Oh, tree base number one. Now again, this is an extra piece because I was not 100% sure I had counted the number of these correctly, so I have an extra one just in case. So, all right, so that is it. Bag 4. We are on to bag number 5. Our second tree base. A little bit similar to the one we just did, but still different in its own way, because it's going to have its own unique interior that you get to design. So let's build our... Oh, this is the spider web one. As you can see, this is the one that has the spider. Which is funny, because you don't see that anywhere in the movie, but they added it as just part of the fun. So this is, again, old school Stormtrooper. But these helmets are actually blacked out, so you can have him facing forward. And they get their blasters. Oh, it doesn't. There we go. There's one. Bend him back just a little bit. Oh, yeah, I agree. Absolutely. I mean, the facial expressions on them is so good. So good. I should have another blaster in here. If I don't, again, not a biggie. I can actually I actually have a bunch of blasters and stormtroopers. Oh, there's his head. They look so happy. They're like, yeah! And then you cover their head. There it is. Yeah, it's dumb. Oop. Gotta make sure it's on there. There we go. There we go. Stormtrooper. Alright. Slide these out of the way. Get started, and again, you're going to see we're going to start with the base. It's going to have the same 8 these 1x1 tiles, but we're going to completely change how we're doing this base for how we're going to do the spider. The spider web is kind of a neat thing that they do, and again, it's not in the movie per se, but it's kind of a neat little play feature, which you could use with the speeder bike. And you'll see what I mean. Hey, it's my theme song. Oh, see, so this one's the red one. So, ooh, that looks very red. Nice bright red. Move those out of the way because those panels are just in the way. All right, you win the award for the bad line tonight. Okay. I need to start doing that. Whoever comes up with the worst line ever of the stream gets the award of worst line of the night. That's awesome. Simply awful. Or no, I'll do like best pun. That best pun. It doesn't have to be Star Wars or anything. It's just the best pun that is said of the night. But if you want puns, I got plenty of those for you. If you want puns, I got plenty. I was like, where are those? There's only 2 of them in this part. So there's one more somewhere hiding under something, I'm sure. That's what they always do. They hide. There's only one more. Ah, there it is. See, it was hiding. It was hiding under something. So, Lego likes to... Making sure there's nothing else. Nope. These just kind of hang out there. Support. 2 supports. Ah. This was pushed in too much. It didn't want to fit. All right. They do a very good job, though, and I will be copying this a little bit. Just the way they make the base of the trees. Very good randomness, kind of, with the dark and the light browns. So I'm definitely going to copy that a bit. Thanks, everyone that's tuned in, by the way. Really appreciate it. We are working on bag 5 of 11, 13, something like that, of the UCS Ewok Village. It is... I'm so excited for this build. It's going to be fun to finish this up. All right, so we've got one of these here, and then we've got this slant there. There's 6 of these 2x1 tiles. I'm just making sure I'm putting them in the right spot. See, this whole thing here is where the spider web's going to go, right here. So. Should be one more 2x1 and one more 4x1. There's the 4x1. One more 2x1 tile. There it is. Hiding behind the red. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're going to put the base of the tree aside. We're going to build this little apparatus. Again, snot bricks is used to make the sides of the tree itself. Which, again, is smart, saves pieces, and I think it looks really good. It's hard sometimes, I think, to do randomness with brick built. They did a good job with this one, but it's still not the easiest. At least as far as I'm concerned, I think. And part of that is probably personal, because I like symmetry. So... and Lego being square, it is very symmetrical. So, there we go. Let us build a spider web. Dun, dun, dun. See me do better. Well, that's just rude. I'll tell you. I do my best, and what do I get? No respect. No respect. They even show you a sideways thing of like which way the spider web goes. There we go. So right like that. They show you 1 to 1. They put it down here. And then you flip it over. And put this here. Because as you see, because they have the slant here, it goes, see, it can only go so far. You can't, I mean, you can because it pushes out, but you're not supposed to. But there will be other stuff that'll be blocking it there. But this goes, whee! So, someone on a speeder bike. Oh, like for real, gotta see those Ewok trees. Oh, gotcha. You will, yeah. Once I get my lug bulk in, I'll be starting on those. I just gotta wait for that. Yep, that's the thing currently slowing me down. Gasp. Nah. You can mention it, but you can't do much more than that. It's fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you? The hushed tones. Right? Alright, there we go. For not even... Wait, what? That doesn't even make sense. For not even mentioning it. It's alright. We'll just leave it at that. I'm waiting for pieces. How about that? Waiting for my pieces to come in. And what is that? Oh, what? Oh, we gotta do this twice. So, do this. Oh yeah, so, again, snot bricks, useful. We do that same thing again for the other side. But then it gets flipped over. So it looks different, even though it's the same exact thing we just built. But in order to get it on this side, we have to flip it over. So it looks different on this side of the tree. Slightly, but enough. So. Alright, then we gotta do 2 of these, the exact same thing, where they will look slightly different, because one is flipped over. But it is the same build. And this is where, because of these thin pieces, I got to be careful that I don't have an issue with a herring. No. I don't have an issue breaking something, because they can be delicate. Alright, now we got to do front and back, and front and back are going to be built the exact same way. Spider. He hasn't gone anywhere yet. But again, same thing as the previous one, where we have green top, orange bottom. Which again, cool color coordination. So you know which way they want you to go with it. And then, okay, so I want to do the middle ones first. Again, same thing as before. I don't want to accidentally have them go and bust because they're pushed against each other. We may get these three main trees, because looking at the time, we may get these three main trees done, which would be cool. Again, I'm not rushing my building, but going decently quickly, I guess. But these, again, these trees are easier to build than the first one just because of the snot brick stuff. So, all right, so one in the front, one in the back. Green is both on top. And we're looking at the front, and we need to place our spider. So he goes right here. Happy spider. Look at that. Happy spider. My wife loves spiders. Oh. He's supposed to go up one more. Otherwise he runs into this. Again, helps solidify everything with all the snot bricks. There we go. Spider. And the same thing, here's our red, so that you know which way it's supposed to be, which one it's supposed to go on. We've got our round circles. And I don't think, well, maybe those two were supposed to go on something. I had extras again because I wasn't sure if I had counted things correctly. I'm just double checking that they don't go somewhere else. Ooh, they do. They do. They go right here to cover up the black. So, there we go. Not a big deal. But like I said, I do have some extra pieces in here, so. Alright. That is book one done. You know what? I think it'll be good to stop there. I think we'll be good to stop there. It was a busy day. Very busy day. A lot of fun. But we got the first two trees of the main thing done, and this one. Oh, this is where you would put like extra little weapons and stuff, but they're all holding onto their spears right now. So, in this one, so speeder bike comes zipping through and bling, spider catches you. Kind of goofy, but hey, you know, just a little play feature. We got our troops and a couple Ewok, well, 3 Ewoks done. Luke is there trying to cut off Tebow's head. So we got those. I'll put them over here. We got the tree that's kind of off by itself, and it just looks fantastic. With the cool rope ladder, some mushrooms, which mushrooms are awful. We got our trap door here that Ewok will go underneath or fall through. And of course we have our speeder bike and our catapult. So, and here, you guys didn't get to see this. So, catapult, this is the way you do it. Whee! Whoops, I didn't want to throw it too far. So, whee! You can actually, I think I would need a new, there's like a little rubber thing that's down here, but it's not very, I mean, I could do that, I guess. Let's try that. Oh, that worked too. So, either way it works. So, yeah. So, I think it's looking pretty cool. I'm so excited to build this. It's an amazing set. Again, it's a white whale. And I've had it for about 1.5 years now, both of them, and been waiting to build it, and now's the time. So thanks for tuning in. This Tuesday, so in 2 days, I'll be continuing on. So it will be at 8 o'clock, just like it normally is. This was a special, obviously, and yeah. So come tune in as we continue the build, and as always, keep on building. We'll see ya. May the 4th be with you.